if you need that to introduce you.
Okay, before we introduce the first person, I just want to thank everybody for coming. It's always so good to see everybody here and know that we're not alone in this mission, and you're really big helps to the mission of the CareGivers Project. I also want to say that coincidentally, all the stories were about bad food and bad cooking, which we usually, extol the virtues of our mother's cooking with. But I had said before that caregiving and raising children is you have a blueprint in you for doing that, just like cooking is done with recipes. So, and even if your mother couldn't cook, there was always one thing she did really well or outstandingly bad, but it stuck out in your memory. Even if it was something like the 100-year eggs or burnt buns and margaritas. And the point is, it sticks out in your memory. And you remember that you most tried. So, now the first story is going to be, Joe?
Two Jewish mothers.
Two Jewish mothers, and that's by Greg Simmons. He didn't write it. Oh, no, you read it? No, he did. Oh, written and read by Greg Simmons.
Need the reading glasses for this. Yeah. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
All right. I'm Jewish, and there's a stereotype that Jewish mothers are amazing cooks with plenty of recipes in their arsenal. I'm here to break down that stereotype with two distinctive stories, one about my mother and the other about my mother-in-law. My mother was a self-proclaimed iron chef, meaning her rock-hard stuffed cabbage would kill a man with a knock on the head. She would prepare food for an army as if the four of us at the table could eat 30 or 40 meatballs, leaving my poor father to clean the platters and plates with sticky dried-out tomato sauce. The traditional holiday meal for a Jewish family starts out with gefilte fish, chopped liver, and a hot chicken matzo ball soup. It's followed by roasted chicken and tender brisket before ending with the best dessert my mother's money can buy. The most infamous family story about my mother's cooking is from a holiday dinner hosting near 20 people. As she labored over the oven and stove, the hungry crowd gathered in the dining room with an extended table overflowing into the foyer. This crowd wasn't easy to please, so you figure my mother would put her best foot forward, except for a small problem with the chicken matzo ball soup. Even for those who don't know how to cook, it's obvious that any soup begins with chicken or beef stock broth, and chicken matzo ball soup would clearly use chicken broth, of which she did. Her downfall came while serving the soup. As a hungry crowd slurped down the broth, people were adding tons of salt and pepper, horseradish, and any seasoning on the table because the soup was downright awful, with no taste, with an odor that rivaled the sewer, because the soup was served in the dishwater that the matzo balls were cooked in, rather than the chicken broth. And it's no joke that I grew up, and it's amazing that I still have a healthy appetite. Now on the flip side, there's my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law, Joan, is an amazing cook. I can't remember a mishap, and all the time I've chowed down on her special meals, which is probably a contributing factor as why I've been married for 24 years. Joan hosted more family dinners and holiday feasts than I can count. She cooked meals to feed 25 people for every Jewish holiday, 40 for Thanksgiving, and 60 for her husband's birthday bashes. She also took pride in sharing her meals not only with family and friends, but the needy through soup kitchens and charity gatherings. It was her goal for everyone to be treated equally, so it was her gift to make sure this happened through food. Joan grew up first-generation American in Brooklyn to a working-class family that could barely make ends meet. But they had a warm meal on the stove every night. Joan's mother, Pearl, learned to cook from her mom, Rose, back in Europe. Rose passed along her love for cooking to her daughter and granddaughter, which included sharing the secrets of her secret sauce. With a family collection of great recipes, Rose, Pearl, and Joan could have started their own gourmet magazine, but instead they created a family binder of recipes to hand down from generation to generation. My mother-in-law was very concerned that her 4 children would never carry on the family meal tradition, so she assembled 4 copies of the family recipes for her children. My wife's copy is endorsed, "Dear Diane, hope you have years of good eating with delicious joy. Love always, Mom." So overall, the beauty of eating is not only the meal on the plate, but the company of which you break bread. Like my mother-in-law's story, may everyone have the opportunity to create something special to pass down from generation to generation.